Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mr. Teacups from Original Content HD, and today we're bringing back a series that I haven't done for quite a while now. It's been a couple of months since I've done a top 10, mainly because I got uni and life and stuff getting in the way, but today I'm going to be doing another top 10 that I've been wanting to do for such a long time now, and we're going to be talking about my top 10 legends that need a 6-star plus in OPTC Japan, because currently at the moment there are 3 legends that have 6-star pluses: Whitebeard, Sabo and Boa. And today we're going to be talking about the legends that I really can't wait to see have a 6-star plus. I'm going to be talking about what abilities I want them to have, not necessarily what they're going to get, but I want to talk about what abilities I would like them to have in terms of Captain Billy. We're not really going to talk about Sailor ability. We might say it here or there where it applies, and we're going to be talking about their specials. Without further ado, let's just get on with the show. So at number 10, we have everybody's favourite pineapple, and that's Marco the Phoenix. And I've said that like every time I've talked about Marco. You're probably thinking, why is Marco on the list? Because he's got one of the best specials in the game. He might not necessarily need a 6-star plus right now. I'm putting him on there because at some point, every legend in this game is going to get a 6-star plus, and I can't wait for his. Currently right now, he's Captain Billy. If his HP is above 70%, he will boost blue and Sire units by 2.75, and he will also reduce damage received by 30%. It's currently a really dated Captain Billy, because if he goes below 70% HP, you are going to get no boost from him, and you're going to be doing a no damage. It is a very risky captain special, and you're very, very rarely going to be running him as a blue captain. There are so many better alternatives out there. That 30% is nice to have a damage reduction, but with how hard some of the content hits in this game nowadays, he is a very outdated captain. What I would do for his 6-star plus, I would give him a 3x boost. This game we're getting to the point where captains need 3x boost because the content's getting harder. 3x boost need to be the norm. I would give him a 3x boost. With his current Captain Billy right now, with the below 70, he doesn't do any damage at all. 3x boost would be nice. Or I would take away the disadvantage he has, and I'll completely take away that 70%. So if his HP goes below 70%, he will still do damage. But what I would do is I'd keep it at 2.75, and I'd boost his HP by 1.25 to 1.5, and I think that'd make him a viable captain, because HP is becoming a very vital aspect of this game right now. Content is hitting a lot harder, so teams are needing a lot more HP. So either I would give him a 3x boost with his captain ability right now with the disadvantage he has, or I take away that 70%, keep the 2.75, but give him a boost to HP. As I said earlier, I don't really know how to handle the Sailor abilities right now, because they're not really putting them on every legend. They put one on, I think, Hody Jones, but on the 6-star plus Whitebeard, they didn't put on a Sailor ability. I'd like to maybe see Marco boost Whitebeard Pirates, maybe like 100 attack or something for everyone in your team. Something like that could be interesting, but I don't know how they're really handling it at the moment, so I'm not really going to say that for all of them, only where it applies. His special is still one of the best specials in the game for our legend. He heals up by 100 times his RCV, and he amplifies the effects of all orbs by 1.5 for 2 turn. Still a colossal special. That's the thing, if you just improved his captain ability and kept his special the same, it'd be worthy of a 6-star plus. But probably what I'd do to change is I'd keep the boost at 1.5 for 2 turns, but I'd say have it at like the Sire Marco and have a full heal instead of the 100 times. Or maybe have the 100 times RCV boost right now, and amplify the effect of all orbs by 2 for 1 turn. That could be interesting, but currently right now he's one legend on this list that his special doesn't need much altering. It's still pretty beastly. At number 9, we have Mihawk. Mihawk is still a viable captain in this game because there are so many goddamn slashes. Jesus Christ, I think slashes is the most common type of units out there, so he's always going to be viable as a captain. But he's starting to show his age right now, because pretty much if you hit all perfects, he's only going to be doing a 2.75 boost. And there are better slasher captains out there right now. I would honestly prefer to use Law, because he can get a 4x boost. What I'd like to see from Mihawk is I'd like to see him have a 3x boost, like I said earlier for Marco. 3 times need to become the norm now. And it would be viable, because Mihawk has a thing where it's like if you hit good or a great, it nerfs the amount of boost it would have. I'd say the maximum boost he can have if you hit all perfects would be a 3 times. For a slasher captain, be very good. Or what I would do is I'd keep it at 2.75 boost right now and have him have a HP boost for slashes by 1.5. I think that'd be very viable at the moment, because as I said earlier with Marco, HP is becoming increasingly important in this game right now. So I'd either have his captain ability, have a 3x attack boost, or keep it the same and have a 1.5 HP boost. In terms of Sailor ability, I don't really know what to do with Mihawk because he doesn't really have a crew. Maybe have a Warlord boost, you know, maybe if you got Kuma or like Crocodile, people like that in the team, their attacks get boosted. You could have something interesting like that, just throw it out there, be something different. But in terms of specials, he's a lot like Marco. He still has a very fantastic special, and that's one of the reasons why he's still used. His captain ability is getting dated, but his special is still pretty naughty. Currently at the moment, his special deals back 50% the damage dealt in typeless damage to all enemies from the previous turn. Still, monstrous special for the forest and stuff like that. It's very, very good for raids as well. Personally, what I would do is I would change it so it takes in all damage. Because currently at the moment, if you get hit by a special by an enemy, it doesn't hit that damage back, I do believe. So what I would do is I'd change it so any damage received from anything, from specials, from attacks, normal attacks, anything, deal that back. That'll make his special very solid. Change his captain ability as well, and he'll be one of the best slashers in the game again. At number 8, we have everybody's favourite Iceman, is Aokiji. Aokiji's a weird one because when Aokiji came out, I honestly thought he was underpowered when he came out, and he's already made my list, and I can't wait for him to get a 6-star plus. He's got some of the best artwork in this game, but even if I pulled him, I would never really use him. So he's a captain ability right now. It's pretty weird. So at its base, it boosts everybody's attack of strikers by 2 times, and their HP by 1.2. And every time you kill an enemy, that boost goes up. It goes up to a maximum of 3.5. But if you get up to 3.5 and you don't kill an enemy, the next turn, that boost is going to go straight back down to 2. So he's a very, very risky captain, and for his boost, it's not really that worth it. You know, he's a Russian captain. You cannot stall with him because you need to constantly be killing enemies. And if you get to like the end boss and you miss with your like burst, you're pretty much going to be doing no damage with a 2 times boost. Personally, what I would do to Aokiji's captain ability is I would change the base boost to 2.5 instead of 2, and it would make things a little less risky. Or I would change the max attack to 3.75, and I think that'd be a lot more viable. Also, this is going to apply to every legend on this list. Every legend needs 5 slots. Oh my god, some of these legends still only have 4 slots. Some of them been released only have 4 slots right now. Every legend needs 5 slots, just saying it right now. So Aokiji special is a little bit interesting. I've never got to use it because personally, I've never goddamn pulled him, and I probably never will with my luck. But he boosts class, type, and all buffs by 1 turn. So it can be quite useful for when you're going through that burst and you maybe miss, you know, for something like that. It's a very situational one, but it can be useful. But personally, what I would do to change it is I'd change it to buff everything. So not just type, not just class, not just orb. I'd change it so it buffs everything. Defense, delay, and everything else. Everything gets boosted by 1 turn, and I think that'd be very viable, very interesting, and for give Aokiji a huge reason to be used as a sub. And speaking of sailor abilities, let's have an admiral boost. If you've got admirals in your team, vice admirals, marines, something like that, he could boost them by like 100 attack or 100 HP, something like that. Come on, Bandai, come on, throw some more sailor abilities into the game, please. You put them in there, goddamn use them. At number 7, we have everybody's favourite cannibal, is Bartolomeo. So a lot like Aokiji, he's a striker booster captain. He boosts by 2.75, and if you don't attack that turn with that Bartolomeo, it reduces damage received by 5%. So if you have 2 Bartolomeos, you can reduce quite a bit of damage. Personally, what I would do to change him is I'd keep it simple like I've done before. I'd boost it up to a 3 times attack boost, or I'd keep it the same right now at 2.75, and I'd give him a 1.25 to 1.5 HP boost, and I think it'd make him a lot better than what he is right now. He's still a pretty decent striker captain, but these boosts would make him pretty godly. Now, Bart's special, he protects from death for 1 turn and deals damage. It's not a lot of damage, but it's pretty decent. He has a pretty good special if you have 2 Barts. You can pretty much survive 2 turns in a row. So he can be very viable nowadays. He's very good as a sub. I sometimes bring him along to survive some pretty nasty hits. But personally, what I would do to change his special is I'd make it a lot like Dokkan. In Dokkan, you can seal specials with certain characters and items. You can't really do it in this game. And I think it'd be quite interesting to have Bart seal a special off. So if you know Dofi's gonna, like on the Dofi raid, if you get below like 20%, he hits for like 1 million damage. So if you knew Dofi was gonna hit and you use his special, it would completely seal his special. Or on the Whitebeard Forest, where Whitebeard does his like 20k damage, if he was able to fully seal all that damage, I think it'd be kind of interesting and a new game mechanic that I'm kind of surprised hasn't really been released yet, because you can't really necessarily defend from most specials in this game. I know you can protect from death, but I'd like him to be able to seal a special. That'd be very interesting. Also, sailor ability, this one I'm not too sure about. Maybe boost all characters that are on Dressrosa fighting for Luffy, something like that. Something simple, something cool, something out there. At number 6, we have everybody's favourite silly string man, and that's Dofi. This is kind of out of place because he's still an absolute amazing legend. I just want to put him on there because I'm kind of interested to see what his 6-star plus can be. Because currently right now, he boosts your characters by 3 times until you miss a perfect. So if you hit all your perfects, you're going to get a straight 3 times boost, which is still a very, very good captain ability. But it's a very, very risky captain ability. Personally, as I said, with the way this game's going right now, of how the content's getting harder, because Dofi's got such a very hard, it's a hard captain ability. If you miss a single perfect, you're going to be doing no goddamn damage pretty much, and it's not going to be fun. It can really screw up a run. So what I'd like to see Dofi boost to is around about a 3.25 to a 3.5 boost. Maybe 3.25, because I think 3.5 might be a little bit OP, but 3.25 boost, hitting perfects would make Doflamingo even better than what he is right now. Or I'd keep his damage the same right now as a 3 times boost and give him a 1.25 HP boost. I think that'd be kind of interesting. The 3 times boost is still very good, but you kind of need the HP boost because with how some of the content hits nowadays, you need some HP to tank some hits if you fuck up at least once. But his special is a special I personally don't really want to change. His special is still very, very good. He changes adjacent orbs into matching and boosts orbs by 2 times for 1 turn. Absolutely godly still, one of the best specials in the game. Doflamingo is just an absolute monster. Personally, I don't really feel like I can change this, you know. Maybe change it to a 2 times boost for a 6-star plus, but really at the moment, I would just change his captain ability, give him 5 slots, and maybe give him a 2 times boost, something like that would be nice. Or just do some damage, something like that. Maybe like 20 times characters attack and damage, something like that. But right now, special is very nice. I would just like to change that captain ability. For his sailor ability, maybe give him a boost to the Doflamingo family, something like that, with Trable and Sugar and stuff like that. Give him plus 100 attack or something like that. Or make perfects easy to hit. You know, if you had like 6 members of the Doflamingo family and made perfects easy to hit in your team, and you know that would complement well with running Doflamingo as captain. Something like that could be cool. At number 5, we have the Future Pirate King, and that's Buggy. Buggy's a weird one, and we're going to go through it. So he boosts all characters below 40 cost by 1.5, and reduces all characters above 41 cost by quite a bit. He pretty much nerfs them all the way through. But his captain ability gives a guaranteed duplicate drop. And that is the only goddamn reason you're going to be using Legend Buggy. He's just a farming captain, but he's not even a good farming captain. He's only a farming captain you'll be using on the Rayleigh Island, you know, like the Rainbow Pig Islands and stuff like that, you know, the stuff they give us free gems on. That's really that's the only time you're going to be using Buggy. He is not going to be able to farm most 30 staminers. He's not going to be able to farm Colosseum. He's not going to be able to farm, you know, most raids. He is a pretty shit captain when he came out, and he needed a buff straight away. Personally, what I would do to change his captain ability, I believe he needs a boost to that attack to make him actually viable. Maybe a 1.75 to a 2 times boost for character below 40 cost. Maybe with a little bit of a HP boost here, but I think maybe a 2 times boost might be a little bit much. 1.75 might be pretty decent, but I'd also give him something that could be very naughty. I would give him, because at the moment he has a chance, well, he doesn't have the chance, he guarantees a duplicate drop. I'd give him that, I'd keep that right now, but I'd also give him a low chance of duplicating everything, and I think that would be very good. I think that would be very good, be very naughty, and be a very, very fun to use. Like, I'd honestly like to pull Buggy. If he had a chance to duplicate everything on the island, and also have another dupe drop as well, oh boy, that would be tasty. And especially randoms all orbs and boosts the attack by 1.75 for 2 turns. Not too bad actually, a pretty decent boost, but you can make this a little bit better, especially if you're going to be running double Buggy as captain. Personally, I'd give it a 2 times boost, and I'd allow you to shuffle orbs, because you already randomized them orbs. I think you should be able to shuffle orbs maybe twice, that'd be something really nice. And you're only going to be taking characters 40 cost or lower, so the 2 times boost is not really going to be overkill. But those things would make Buggy an absolute farming god. It'd be absolutely amazing. And his sailor ability, I don't really know. Boost the Buggy Pirates, maybe. Boost Mr. Free and Shanks. I don't really know what you could do with Buggy. I'd probably leave that blank. But yeah, that's what I'd do for Buggy. At number 4, we have Strongbow Shanks. He hugely boosted the chance against Psyorbs, which is pretty naughty at the moment. And his attack boost is reliant on HP. So if you have full HP, he's going to give a 2.75 boost. But if you're on 1 HP, he's only going to give a 2 times boost. In my personal opinion, this is a lot like Marco. It is very outdated. You know, you need to be running full HP on this team. Yeah, if you start going below 50%, his boost is just going to become insignificant. As a side captain, he's hugely become outclassed. What I'd personally do, as I've said it many times, I'd give him a 3 times boost, or I'd give him a 1.5 HP boost to side characters right now. Something along those lines, or maybe even both. Make him a super captain, because if you give him a 1.5 HP boost, if he loses HP, that 3 times boost is going to go down anyway. So I'd personally make him a 3 times boost, and I'd give him a 1.5 HP boost. And come on, he's one of the fucking 4 warlords. He needs to be overpowered as fuck, boy. So his special is still situationally useful. He deals 35 times character's attack inside damage to all enemies, and he reduces defense of all enemies by 100%. So on some islands with, you know, lobsters and princess turtles and some really high defense units, he can be very, very useful. But what I would personally do, because it's a 2 times boost, it's still pretty decent. Personally, what I would do is I'd add a 1 to 2 turn delay, because it's called Conqueror's Haki. You know, Conqueror's Haki stuns all the enemies in like the anime and the manga and stuff like that. So 1 to 2 turn delay, I think could really, 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 really go with it. But that's personally how I'd do it. I'd not change it, just add a 2 turn delay, and that'd make Shanks pretty beastly. Now we get into top 3 territory, And we're getting to a legend who's probably going to be the next 6-star plus, and that is Rayleigh. Start off, Rayleigh needs a huge boost in terms of stats because he's getting outclassed by a lot of characters. He's only got like 1300 sonic attack. I think Arlong's still stronger than him. So I haven't really mentioned it for a lot of captains out there because some of the captains I've mentioned prior still have pretty decent stats. Boost him a little bit. Rayleigh's in a huge need. He needs over 1400 attack. Needs 5 slots, as I said that before. All these legends need 5 slots minimum. And for Ray's captain ability, he boosts the chain multiplier by 4 times. Still to this day, a very good special. One of the best out there in my personal opinion if you're starting off and you pull him. But it is relying on hitting perfects, a lot like Dofi. Well, not as brutal as Dofi. It's kind of like Mihawk. You can still hit goods and greats in that, but you're not going to be dealing the most damage. Personally, what I'd do is he's still a rainbow captain. Is I'd either change the boost to 4.25 or maybe 4.15 in terms of chain multiplying boost, or I'd keep it the same and give him a HP boost of 1.5. Personally, I think I'd keep it the same at 4 times and just give him a 1.5 HP boost for his rainbow team, and I'd make him pretty goddamn decent. And goddamn, this is the right hand of the Pirate King. Make him OP. He's one of the most strongest characters in the universe of One Piece. I would give him 4 times boost, 1.5 HP boost. And this is one of the main reasons why I want to see him boosted. His special to this day sucks, alright? So he deals 20 times in damage to all enemies, and he reduces bind by 5 turns. Whoa! There's a lot of characters in this game nowadays that will bind you for like 99 turns. This is a special that is so goddamn old and is just useless. Personally, what I'd do, if you're going to keep the damage, at least make it a 50 times damage boost. Come on, you do something like that. But personally, because he's the right hand of the Pirate King, what I would do is I would reduce Bind, Despair, and Paralysis by 7 turns. I think that's not too overkill. Bind and Paralysis and Despair, well, Paralysis is the new thing, it's the most recent addition out of all the debuffs. I think you wouldn't be too overpowered. You know, that's my personal opinion. 7 turns, like some characters in this game will give you paralysis for 10 turns. I think a 7-turn, debuff would be absolutely fantastic, and it wouldn't be too overpowered. Getting rid of 7 turns of paralysis, bind, or despair would be crazy. This is the right hand of the Pirate King. Come on, give him something overpowered. Not even overpowered. This is something he needs, right? Make Rayleigh great again. Number 2, we have everybody's favorite leopard man, and that's Lucci. He boosts powerhouse characters by 3 times if you have a matching orb, 2.5 otherwise, and reduces RCV to 0. Personally, what I would do is the 3 times boost is still pretty decent right now if you've got a matching orb, and there's so many teams out there where you can create a situation where you have matching orb. So I'd keep that the same. Personally, what I'd do is I'd give him maybe a 1.25 to a 1.5 HP boost, or I'd get rid of the HP reduction altogether. I think his captain ability right now, if he didn't set the RCV to 0 and you could actually heal up with this team, would be pretty naughty. And also if you had a HP boost, it'd make him even naughtier. But he's still got a pretty decent captain ability, but that reduction, no healing, it kind of sucks. It really does. Attack wise, he's monstrous, but because you can't really heal up, he's very risky and you can die with him. But he's still pretty decent. Now his special is basically just like Thatch. He does 35 characters attack to 1 enemy, and he gets 3 turns boosted chance to get an orb. Whoa! Now there's so many characters out there that guarantee orbs on these teams with powerhouse teams, stuff like that, so it's kind of a redundant special in my personal opinion. Personally, what I would do is I'd give him a 1.75 powerhouse boost for 1 turn, and that'd make him pretty goddamn naughty. If you had to burst down a lot of content in this game if you kept his captain ability the same it is right now. Also with a sailor ability, he's one I want to give a sailor ability because there is just a huge opportunity. Give him a boost to all CP9 characters, that would be amazing. 100 times attack or something like that. I don't really know what to do with it to make it decent, but just do something with the CP9 characters. Come on. Can we get a drum roll, please? It's time for the number 1 on Mr. Teacup's prestigious list. It's the most recent legend I pulled on OPTC Japan after 9 long months, and it's Crocodile, and he's already number 1. Crocodile, straight up, I'm going to say this right now, still surprised. He needs 5 slots, just calling it right now. He definitely needs 5 slots. And he boosts the attack of cerebral characters proportionally to the crew's HP. He's basically a reverse Strongwall Shanks. So, if you got full HP, you're only going to have a 1.5 times boost. But if you got 1 HP, you're going to have a 3.25 boost. This is a very, very risky captain, and I've personally pulled him, as I just said. I'm never going to use him. I might use him as a sub, but I'm never going to use him as a captain. What I'd personally do is I'd give him a HP boost to make it easier to go below that 30% with higher HP. Or I'd raise his damage to around about 3.5 or 3.75 because he's kind of a hit or miss. He's a burst captain, so you'll get to the situation where you'll put yourself on 1 HP using Killer. And if you miss, you're going to die in the next turn. So, yeah, in my personal opinion, I would either raise his HP, so it makes it easier to get below that 30% threshold so you can use his special, which we'll be coming on in a second, or I'd raise his maximum boost to around about 3.5. Now his special is still pretty good. He boosts the attack cerebral character by 1.5, his HP is greater than 30% or 2 times lower than 30%. And he does 20 times attack to all enemies. As I said, it goes with the captain ability. Like, you're going to be using Crocodile at low HP and you're going to need to be below 30% to pretty much use this to its full effect. What I would do with this special, I'd keep it the same. I'd give it a 2-turn boost, especially you can be using him as a sub because he's very risky. Because even if you use him as a sub on a lot of teams, you're going to have your HP low. So that 2 turns boost is going to be hugely appreciated. And also, Sailor ability, I would say maybe boost Barrack Works, something like that. That could be interesting. Pretty much a lot of Barrack Works are shit, you know. Put Miss Golden Week in your team, you'll give her 100. You give 100 attack boost. Woohoo! But something like that could be interesting. Come on, Bandai. Use the Sailor abilities. You put them in there. Fucking use them. Make them interesting. But that is my prestigious list of my legends that I can't wait to see have a top 10. Because as I said earlier, every legend is going to get a top 10. But this is the legends I can't wait to see. I know my captain abilities are kind of the same. But as the game is starting to get harder and the content is starting to get more tanky, characters are hitting harder, characters have more HP. You know, old captains need to get rebirths and their abilities need to become the norm. You know, 3 times boost is the norm now. In the past, 2.5 used to be the norm boost. We're going to need 3 times minimum. You know, that's why a lot of these characters are just getting updates pretty much. A lot of these characters on this list have 2.5 to 2.75 boosts. Just give them 3 times boost and they'll become great again. But that's my list. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully more top 10s in the future. Give me your opinion. What's your opinion on my list at the moment? Do you think it's shit? How would you change some of the things I want to change? You know, what's your personal opinion on some of the character abilities and specials? And personally, what legends are you looking forward to getting a 6-star plus? And what character ability and what special would you give them? But for now, I've been Mr. Teacups. Hope you please rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time.